Hi and welcome to another TubeSpanner quick tutorial. In this one we're going to be covering some of the main features of the dashboard, what you can do and how you get to it. So let's get stuck in. So the first thing you need to do if you haven't signed in already is sign in. Free users, every user has the dashboard. So from the sign in page you enter your email address and your password, click the login button and then you're off to the races. So this is the new dashboard. If you haven't seen this before, you may have been using the old version last. The dashboard is now project-centric rather than function-centric. What this means is there's a workflow now baked in to the dashboard. And I will go through the main steps of this dashboard and explain how you get to all the features. So the first thing you'll see on the left-hand side here are your draft projects. Now if you haven't created any projects yet, this will be empty. And the first option you'll see is to create a new project. But this is where you have your projects which you are still working on. This means you haven't recorded anything yet. You're still working on the script, on the thumbnail, on the title, all the ideas. This is your container for ideas, new projects you're working on. And as you can see right here, I have the TubeSpanner dashboard tutorial. Literally the very project that you are now watching, for me, is currently in draft state. But by the time you're watching this, it will have become a published project because it'll be published and it'll be live. So that's the workflow. So we start off with draft projects, then once you've created a video, it will fall into the published projects section. Now there's a reason for this separation. In draft projects, certain things are more important than they are to published projects. In draft projects, it's important to work out what your title is going to be, what your thumbnail is going to look like, your script, all of those sorts of things. Once you've done that, then you become more interested on commenting on people's feedback, on sharing it, on analyzing how well the video is working. So that's why you have two separate sections here. So it's all project, and I will show you the difference shortly. We'll come back to projects. That is a separate video in its own right, but for now I'll just give it at a very high level. Next we have our toolbox. This is a quick menu for the main toolbox, which is up here. These are tools that you will use most frequently, and these will change slightly depending on you and the ones that you use more than anything. So this is a dynamic section of 6 tools, but clicking here will take you to the full toolbox. I'll come back to that shortly. Next here we have the do next. Now you can see here these are the things that TubeSpanner is saying are most important. At the moment we can see I've got reply to comments appearing several times. Writing a script, it knows because I haven't written a script for this video yet. I'm actually freestyling this one, but this is telling me I've got a video in draft that needs a script. And also I've got a hone my skills flag showing up here because it's telling me that somewhere I've got a low quality video. And right here we can see a low score in a video for number 8. So hone your skills will take me to an area that will help me improve my lowest performing video, which is this one here. Now I've actually changed some of the data on this to make it a better example for you, like this. But this is constantly telling you what you should do next in order to work on your goals, which are set in the accounts page, again as a separate video. Next we have some metrics about the site itself, what your overall score is, your history, how you're getting on, and here we have some news and features, and this isn't populated yet, but by the time you see this should start showing you some news and upcoming features, announcements on the TubeSpanner app itself. So now let's jump into each of these sections and so you can see what they do. Clicking the create project button will create a brand new project, and it's a wizard. It'll take you through the steps to creating a new project. Here it is. This will go through everything and create a brand new blank project, and it even allows you to automatically select genres, topics, what script you'd like to use if you have one stored already, and you can tie it to an upcoming event if you've created any in your dashboard. Again, I'll go into much more detail in these sections in their separate videos, but there's no harm in jumping in and trying them right now. But this is the start a brand new project. At the top left here we can see our channel score, and this gives you to an overall review of your channel, so it tells you what you should do next, anything that you can quickly do to improve the growth of your channel. Very useful page. I'll be covering this in the reporting tutorial. Here we have the draft project section. Now this will take us to a tabbed page of all our projects. Now here we can see we have, there's no thumbnail being set. This is the very video that you were watching. And the first thing it's telling me to do is create a custom thumbnail. Then you have options to create a script. All of these things will happen in steps basically. So each time you do one, it'll create a new thing. It's a workflow. What this does is a lot of people will forget how to make a video. So this will take you through all the steps. Make a thumbnail, make a script, check your title, check your metadata. This will guide you through every step that you need. Next up, Published Projects tab. And I'm just glossing over these very quickly here. So these are the live videos and their scores with a quick step. So this is like a one-page snapshot of the videos on your channel. Now here we have all your videos in YouTube itself. Now you can see there are a few more here than there were in the last page of published projects. This means these are some videos that I haven't linked to a project yet. I'll come back to this in more detail later, but this is basically a reflection of what you have on YouTube, not what you have in TubeSpanner. And finally, we have the archive project section, and this is any projects which I've put to bed, I've finished, and I've twilighted. Okay, let's go back to the dashboard quickly. So next we have the toolbox. I'll be going to all of these in far more detail, but let's open the entire toolbox page, which you can click from the dashboard. These are all the separate tools that you have within TubeSpanner. There's a lot to go into here, and there'll be separate videos created for each of these functions, and these are being added to all the time. And each one of these is its own tutorial video, so we'll be going into these later. But in the meantime, feel free to try to play around. Now, free accounts don't have everything unlocked, but if you're using a Creator or a Creator Pro, you have most of these things set, with only breakouts being, that's for really high level users who need to be alerted when they have a video that's starting to really take off. Let's go back to the dashboard. So next we have the Do Next list. The See All page will take you to a list of all the steps, or you can just click on one of these here, which I'll do right now, and this will automatically take you to the next thing. No matter when you log into TubeSpanner, just do what that says there, and it'll help you grow your channel. So right here you can see here is the automated comment page, and it's writing comments for me. I'll be coming into this in a separate video, but the comment magic tool, it's telling me that's next, and that's because there are lots of comments in there that need to be replied to. This is automatically updated. So comment magic is the recommended step here. But once I've done that, once I've left some comments, then something else will become more important, and that's constantly updating itself dynamically and telling you what you should do next. As always, I hope you found this useful. Please don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe. Tell us what you think. What's your favorite feature of the dashboard? Leave it in the comments below. Stay tuned for the very next tutorial, and we'll be covering, well, wait and see. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next show.